If you have ever built a smart home device, a remote temperature sensor, or an IoT project, you might be tempted to send data using standard HTTP request, the exact same protocol your web browser uses to load websites. But in the world of Internet of Things, using HTTP is a massive mistake that will drain your device battery in hours and waste precious network bandwidth. Today we are going to look at why HTTP fails for smart devices, how the MQTT protocol fixes it, and we are going to run a live data test across the internet to prove it. To understand the difference, think about how HTTP works. HTTP uses a request and response model. That means your smart device constantly has to ask the server, their new data is there new data. On top of that, every single HTTP message carries massive text headers, often hundreds of bytes, just to send a single tiny number like a temperature reading. MQTT, which stands for Message Queuing Telemetry Transport, throws all of that bloat away. It uses a publish and subscribe model. Instead of constantly asking for updates, devices open a persistent connection to a central broker. The data packet header in MQTT can be as tiny as 2 bytes. That is roughly 100 times smaller than HTTP, saving massive amounts of battery and RAM. Let's see this in action live on screen. On the left side of my screen, I have set up my terminal listening to a public MQTT broker at test.mosquito.org. It is subscribed to a custom topic called Home Sensor 1. Think of this terminal as your smart home hub waiting for a signal. On the right side, I am acting as the remote temperature sensor. I have a command ready that will publish a JSON payload with the temperature value of that exact same topic. The second I hit enter on the right terminal, the data traveled to the broker over the internet and was pushed instantly to our listening terminal on the left. No constant polling, zero wasted bandwidth, and millisecond delivery speed. This simple pop sub model is what power modern smart homes, industrial sensors, and connected vehicles around the world. It is lightweight, reliable, and extremely easy to set up on Linux using standard tools like Mosquito. If you found this explanation helpful, drop a like on the video, comment down below what networking topics you want to see next, and don't forget to subscribe. Thanks for watching.